I'm Danny, and this is my first book outlet unboxing. I've actually already opened the box, but I haven't actually looked inside of it yet, so I'm really looking forward to that. I've already removed the paper too, but again, still haven't looked in the box. Okay. First book I see is Lies Beneath. This book is about a boy named, I believe his name is pronounced Calder, and he's the only boy in a family full of mermaids, other than his father, of course. And his father has finally tracked down the man who supposedly killed their mother, and he wants his son to go up on land and get the man's daughter to fall in love with him. And I'm guessing it gets kind of sinister after that, because I've read quite a few mermaid books, and they're usually kind of, dark, but they're usually pretty dark. So I'm guessing maybe he wants to kill the daughter or do something to make the father hurt. Or maybe use the daughter to lure the father so he can kill the father. Who knows? We'll see. Next I have In the Shadows. This is a bind-up of 4 different books. I know for a fact that one of these stories is about a girl who is an author, and new students show up at her school, and she noticed they look exactly like she would imagine her favorite characters from her books would look. And so I'm guessing maybe they're vampires or something. Who knows? But we'll see. I'm really looking forward to this one now. Next I have Vampire Kisses. This is about a goth girl named Raven who lives in a small town, and then one day a new family or a new boy moves to town, and his name is Alexander, and he moves into the town's known haunted house. And so she kind of sneaks around trying to find out more about him, and I'm assuming that he's a vampire because vampire kisses, who knows. Next I have Vesper. This is the first book in the series, although I can't remember what the series' name is. This is about a girl named Emily, and there are 2 different Emilys in this story, truly. There's an Emily who, towards the beginning of the stories, is murdered or dies somehow, and then Emily, the main character of the story, starts acting out of character. She's kind of quiet and a little bit geeky, and then after the other Emily dies, she starts acting all out of character, like spending all nights partying and flirting with other girls' boyfriends, which is completely unlike herself. So she starts wondering, is the other Emily somehow possessing my body, or am I becoming something else? It sounded pretty interesting, and I gotta say I am looking forward to it, although I thought it would be a lot bigger. But I got this one on Bookoutlet for like $2. Hardcover, and I think it's about 300 pages. Well, not quite 300, like 290 something, I think. Yeah, just barely 290 pages, but still pretty close. And for $2, who can beat that price? Next I have the first book in the Lunar Chronicles, Cinder. I love this cover. It's very pretty, and underneath it is even prettier, but I'll show you that in my wrap-up. In fact, any of the hardcovers I'm going to read and review and stuff, I'll show you underneath the cover. They're really pretty. I especially like this one, especially in the spine. But this is about a girl named Cinder, and she is, as you can probably tell from the picture, and if you've seen the book in real life, she's a cyborg, and it's basically a fairy tale retelling of Cinderella. And I'm told there's Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, then Ferris, which is a prequel, I believe, to Cinder. It's about, I think, the queen in this series. And then Winter is supposed to be coming out sometime this year. So I'm hoping to get all those in before Winter comes out, especially if I like this one. Next, I have the book in my book haul that I'm looking the most forward to, and that is Landline by Rainbow Rowell. I've heard nothing but fantastic things about this book and this author, so I figure why not start with the one people seem to love the most and the one that sounds the most interesting to me. And I'm told she's like the queen of young adult contemporary and contemporary period, especially with her adult books too, which I heard she's only got a few of. Most of her are young adult. And so this book is basically about a time-traveling phone woman who's too much of a workaholic decides to work instead of going with her husband to his parents' house, I think, or his family's house for Christmas or something, or some sort of holiday. And so she comes home from work expecting her husband to be mad at her, but still there, and he's taken the kids packed up and gone to his family's house. And I'm told she picks up the phone to call him, I'm guessing to apologize or something, and she gets him like 5 years in the past before they even met. And so I'm guessing she has the choice of whether either to stop their relationship from ever happening or maybe somehow fix it before he even meets her. But who knows? But I'm really, really looking forward to this one. Next I have Everlasting Kiss. This book is by Amanda Ashley, and this is about a girl named Daisy, and she doesn't understand the obsession some women have for vampires. She likes her men with pulses and not undead. And then one night at a nightclub called Crypt, she meets Eric. Eric is a hunter on the search for a blood thief who is draining the young vampires around the city, and I'm guessing along the story she finds out that he's a vampire. She probably freaks out, and then they end up together anyway. But I'm kind of looking forward to this one. It's not on the top of my list, but it's probably in the middle. And then my order sheet. Next I have Lindsay's Hands. This is a book about a woman who hires a housekeeper, but she's expecting someone, you know, kind of old and frumpy, but she doesn't expect Mr. Hot Stuff. This Mr. Hot Stuff is named Jake. He just moved to town and he barely has time to settle himself in when he gets roped into a family favor. Apparently someone has tried to kill Nicole and has asked him to basically kind of be her bodyguard. But not only is he her bodyguard, he's a vampire. Next I have My Lord Vampire. I usually don't read pocket books, and it looked a lot bigger in the picture. You know, I figured it'd be, you know, regular sized paperback. But it's not bad. This is about a woman named Sally who somehow travels back in time and ends up in I believe, the Victorian era. And she becomes kind of the toast of the town, and she has an attraction to two main suitors, one who wants her but she wants nothing to do with him, and then Gideon, who I'm guessing is a vampire, the title and all kind of give away. But from what I've heard, it's, you know, kind of a one wants her but she doesn't want the other, and then she wants one person and he wants her, but the other person keeps trying to get in the way. But we'll see. It sounded pretty good, and I think it had about a 4-star rating, so kind of looking forward to it. Next I have Shadow's Claim. This is by Chris Lee Cole, and this is about, I believe he's a demon of some sort, and he has to enter a competition to win the hand of the woman he loves, which I believe is also supposed to be his mate. I'm not quite sure though. You can see from my bookshelf I have quite a few books of hers, and so I really like her writing, especially her stories. Just when you think you know what's going to happen, she kind of throws you for a loop. But I'm looking forward to this pretty well. I think this might be about the 3rd book I read after Cinder and Landline. Next, I have a novella from the House of Night series, and it's Nevert's Curse. This is about a girl whose father forbids her to date anyone, and we all know teenagers, that makes them want to date even more. And this all takes place after her mother dies. And so one night, I believe she's out, and then she gets marked by a vampire. Since I've never read the series, I'm not quite sure what that is. I probably should read like book 1 before I read this, but yeah, so this is after she gets marked by the vampire, she has to learn, I'm guessing, how to be a vampire, although I'm not quite sure if being marked by one is the same thing as being turned. Like I said, never read the series, but I'm looking forward to this one pretty well, and it's really not that big, and it's a hardcover. I expected this to be a paperback or bigger, maybe both, but still, it's pretty nice, and I like the cover. It's nice. It's dark and kind of mysterious. Next I have Bram Stoker's Dracula, the graphic novel. I'm sure lots of people have heard about Bram Stoker's Dracula. If you haven't, it's basically kind of a telling of Dracula. he's supposed to have been Vlad Tepes when he was human, and after his wife commits suicide after receiving a false letter from his enemy that he had been killed, she throws herself out of a tower, I think. So he starts hating God, and he eventually becomes a vampire, and he has found the reincarnation of his wife in Mina Murray. But the problem, Mina has a fiance. So he summons her fiance to Transylvania to teach him about the English ways. But truly, he's holding Jonathan captive. Jonathan is Mina's fiance. He's holding Jonathan captive in his castle while he goes to England to seduce Mina into the dark side. So I've read this book before, and I'm looking forward to the graphic novel. The only one disappointing thing I have to say I found is no color. I was expecting, like color and graphicness, not just kind of drawings. But I'm still kind of looking forward to it. So, we'll see. Last and final book I have in my box is The Secret Circle. This is about a girl named Cassie who has to move from glorious sunny California to gloomy England. And when she gets there, she notices that the whole school seems to be intimidated by this group of kids who are descendants of people from the Salem trials. Well, the witches from the Salem trials, I should say. And so she's kind of drawn to them, though she can't figure out why. And I know that there's a TV series on this, but luckily I haven't watched it yet, so I haven't been spoiled about anything in this book. But after I finish the book, I may watch the TV series, to see how they compare. Well, that was my May Bookoutlet book haul. And oh, by the way, where are they? These two books are scratch and dents. They look awesome. I mean, I literally can't see one thing wrong with them. And I know how some people complain about the little marks they put on the books, and I really don't care. I mean, that might be for some inventory reason. Who knows? But I really don't care. I mean, they're scratch and dents, and I can't find a single thing wrong with them. So if you haven't ordered from Bookoutlet and you're afraid of buying the scratch and dents, although I know some of the hardcovers from the scratch and dents tend not to have dust jackets, I wouldn't mind, especially if I like the spine. Well, I'll give you a preview. I said I wouldn't do this to my next video or my wrap-up video, but I'll do it now anyway. So, see, Vesper. I like the blue of the book. I expected maybe just all black, like the hardcover of the Twilight Saga. They're just all black inside. They don't have anything on the spines or anything, so I just expected black, but I like it. Well, that is my May book haul, and I'll see you guys next time.